Welcome back to GBGuns. Decided to give the Big Green a try. These guys, as you know, at the time of this filming, which is February 2018, are in a bit of trouble, and always wanted to try the handguns since they came out. Take a look next on GBGuns. So we've got a clean appearance of the simple cardboard box. Open up and the RP9. So this is their full-size gun. When it first came out, it was met with quite a bit of criticism. I wanted to give it a try for myself and see if that was worth it. I want to point out something in this manual, rather friendly and complete for new folks. So this 10 Commandments of Firearm Safety, at first I was thinking was kind of hokey, right? It's got your basic 4 rules, but then it continues on to some other ones that are really good for new shooters, such as using proper ammunition, what to do in result of a hang fire, and just a few more details than you normally get. Also notice it's got some educational bits in here, like properly labeling the components that make up a round. And these are basic 3-color, but rather complete and extensive with plenty of photos. I think Remington did a great job here. It shows they care and really put some effort into this. I also have a breakdown at the end like you used to get in manuals, labeling all of the parts. So even if you don't know pistols at all, it's pretty easy to figure it out looking at this. We also get 2 magazines. They're 18-round magazines with the windows on the rear. 2 different back straps. Are they labeled? Yes. Got a medium and a large. Label on the back here, so there must be a small in the gun. Our obligatory cable lock. Not Remington labeled. That's okay. And the gun came in this blue sheet that was rather oily. You can see it already made this thing shine again. I've had the gun out already, of course. But you know, die cut foam. It's a nice case, a nice kit. Let's get this out of the way and take a look at the gun. So first things first, of course, is to show clear. We do have a witness window, though be it small, on the barrel. See nothing there, and we'll drop the magazine. Does it release or eject? It's a decent ejection. Magazine release button is a little stiff, but it could just be because the gun is new. Fine. Let's take a look around the gun. Starting on the business end, a little bit of play at the front of the dust cover there, but not bad. I like this tapering on the nose, which is kind of an anti-snag setup. The front end of the sight is squared off, however, but it is a steel sight. We've got some good front serrations for press checks. Makes it easy. Plenty of rail space. The texturing that's on the frame continues up the front of the trigger guard, so it's all over the gun. A little bit of an undercut here for your hand, though with an 18-round magazine in there, there's not much need for it, so it's just kind of a extra bonus, if you will. Trigger does have the safety in the middle. Let's take a look at our trigger pull. So we take up slack, comes to a wall, and breaks right there. It's actually not bad. Reset takes it back to that wall. Breaks again. It's a pretty good trigger. Very impressive for a company that's not known for handguns. Controls are within reach. Slide lock and magazine, of course. Slight indentation there to give your thumb a place to go. Beaver tail extension keeps your hand away from that slide. Our interchangeable back strap has vertical serrations, which don't really make a ton of sense since the gun is trying to move front and rear, not side to side, but it's comfortable. I also like that this tail here extends. That gives you a spot to slap the magazine against and insert. It also means that your hand is less likely to drag on the magazine when you're dropping it. Rear slide to frame is tight, rock solid. Maybe there's a little bit of wiggle there. 3-dot sights. Here's your sight picture. Does have the tactical ledge that everyone loves these days. And slide release or lock for left-handers. Now, a point that Military Arms Channel pointed out when this gun came out that unfortunately has not been fixed, this is a much later production run, is that this thing doesn't really, it functions for a lock, does not function for a release. That's just because the metal in between, which we'll show you later on, is just it torques. So for those of you that are purists and say it's a slide lock only, you're right if you're left-handed. Right-handed works just fine. And then we've got our modeling. It is plus P rated, external safety. So far, a lot of good things about the gun. Let's take a look inside the gun. So field stripping the RP9 is very familiar to most folks, similar to most other guns. We're going to lock it back, drop that lever, bring the slide forward, pull the trigger, and bring it off. There we go. Sometimes it catches a little. So looking inside, we see that they went with the steel chassis internal frame setup to keep the trigger so crisp and also make this piece the serialized part. Hints at some future modularity if Remington is able to keep things together. Nice solid construction. That is a beefy ejector. Simple but nice and cleanly built. We'll pull out our metal guide rod with a flat coil spring. That lets us bring the barrel out. And looking inside the slide, this thing is beefy. A lot of heavy steel there. That kind of hints at other calibers being potentially put in the same slide. Yes, that iridescence there on the front, I see that too. I don't know if that's from the heat treatment or what that's from, but very clean construction, no tool marks, a nice clean finish on the gun. Our barrel, nice broad feed ramp, slightly polished. We'll check our chamber fit. As always, nozzler match, same stuff I shoot the groups with. And we can see the chamber is not very well supported. With the round, you see that extra tail sticking out. That is unfortunate. Yeah, it's not going in any further, folks. So unsupported chamber, interesting that it's rated for plus P and doesn't have full support of the casing. Makes me a bit nervous. I don't think I would run plus P through this thing. Besides, with such a long barrel, you're getting good velocity out of a standard round anyways. There's really no need for plus P help. So construction wise, it's very nicely put together. Has a lot of pretty good features, and they are bargain priced right now because, as you know, Remington is hurting financially, which is kind of sad. What's going on here? Does it need to start like here? There we go. Hand's a little slippery from the oil that was on the barrel. But looking forward to getting this one to the range. Really, I don't think it's that bad for the price range that it falls in. If you're looking for a full size, I mean, come on, 18 plus 1 with rail space for a light. Not a bad home or truck or full size gun. There really aren't that many full sizes out there these days with this capacity, and the trigger certainly feels nice. I want to take a look at those different back straps and see how they affect fit. So since the other two that were included were labeled medium and large, I'm assuming this is the small. This is what came on the gun. Getting a good proper grip. My finger rests here nicely with a little, that pin actually helps serve as a memory point. Controls easily within reach for my thumb, and my trigger finger can land appropriately. If I wanted to, I could push a little further, but it's actually a good fit for me, which is alarming since I have very large hands. This is just a big gun, folks. I'm curious how much space is really needed for something this big. These back straps are pinned in place, so grab a punch and we'll knock that out and take a look at the medium. Now that roll pin is in there pretty snug. I ended up using a 3/32 size punch to get it through there because if I can get the camera to see it, it looks like it's a bigger pin than it actually is. There's a little I don't know, molding flare in there that makes it look like it's a bigger pin, but it's actually pretty small. Once you have that knocked out, kind of slide off. You start about midway and it slides on. Midway to bring it off. So that was the small. We'll throw the medium on. Labeling is down on the bottom edge there. Start midway. Or not and say we did. What's going on here? That's exactly where the other one came off. There we go. Alright, so with the medium on, I can tell you it feels nicer, less flat in the back. Control's still within reach for me. Finger still gets up there, and roughly the same trigger reach. It hasn't really changed length of pull, it's just kind of filled in my palm area a little bit, and it feels beefy, but also quite comfortable. So as you can see, it's not adding anything up here to change your length of pull. So if the gun is too long or too short in length of pull, that's from the back of your hand to the trigger, there's nothing you're going to do about that. This is just filling your palm. So we'll get this off and try the large. I'm sure there is a quicker, easier way to line these up. You can see they've got the inlets there along the sides. There we go. Wow, that is quite a swell. You can see there. So rather comfortable pushing into the heel of my palm a little bit. Control still within reach. Fingers reaching the same spot, same length of pull. So really this is just filling, as I said before, down below. Not sure I like that one. That's a little too much. I think I'm going to run with the medium. So that's how the different back straps affect things. You can tell a lot of thought and effort and maybe not a ton of experience went into the construction and design of this gun. But I have high hopes for it. Get it out to the range, and of course run the full mag +1 as well as the what's for dinner test, and then shoot some groups with it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the RP9. Did anyone else grab them when they were at Bargain Basement clearance pricing? Or are you like most others and you just kind of forgot this gun was out there? I mean, it's been a little over a year since it came out, and a few negative reviews hit it right off the bat. Plus there was the whole mistrust of print media after the exposure of their failure with the R51, describing it as things that it wasn't, etc. Try to get that roll pin out of the strap that came on it. As you can see, the problem I'm having, there we go, is the punch just barely reaches. So you might need a longer punch than this. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll get this out to the range. Thanks for watching.